Kaugnay ng impeachment complaint laban kay Pangulong Duterte. Mga kapanayam natin na naghain ng reklamo mismo sa Kamara, si Magdalo Party List Representative Gary Alejano. Mga kapuso, maaaring rin kayong lumahok sa ating diskusyon. Mag-tweet lang gamit ang hashtag na AskNTG. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Congressman Alejano.
Magandang umaga po.
Okay, interesting tong timing. Nakarecess yung Kongreso. Of course, planado nyo to na gagawin at this time.
Yes, kasama po yan sa plano po.
So, gaano katagal yung pinlano itong impeachment complaint? Did it take a while to, first of all, nagbuo kayo ng basis and then napag-usapan nyo ng mga kapartido mo? Kasi kasama siguro si Senador Trillanes dito sa pagplano?
Kasama po siya. Bahagi po siya ng Magdalo Group, no? Dahil itong mga ginagawa niya now and before at kahit sa aking desisyon, ito po ay collective decision ng Executive Committee ng Magdalo Group.
Okay, sino pa yung kasama rito? Kasi, well, kung narinig nyo yung mga ibang kaalyado ni Pangulong Duterte, ay pati si Vice President Robredo daw ay kasama dito sa pagplano nito.
Bago ko sagutin, i-clarify ko lang ho na itong decision sa pag-file ng impeachment case ay nangyari lang po ng itong 2 linggo bago nag-recess. No? So, isagutin ko po yung tanong. Ang itong pag-file ay solely decision po ng grupong Magdalo. At wala pong kinalaman ng anumang partido o personality po dito sa impeachment. Sa katunayan nga ho, humingi ako ng dispensa sa aking kasamahan sa independent minority kasi po kahit sila mismo ay hindi alam at nagulat po sila. Kaya kahapon ho, kinausap ko sila, humingi ako ng dispensa na hindi ko po sinabi sa kanila. So
pag sinabing independent minority, sino-sino to? I mean, not necessarily part of your party.
Yes.
No? Yung mga kapartido mo, talagang they've been part of this, they've been privy to this plan all along.
Hindi po nila alam ang sa independent minority. Ang sa independent
Is
minority,
this your party mates?
kami lang po sa Magdalo ang nakakaalam po nito. So ang kasama ko po sa independent minority, sila ni Representative Edsel Lagman, Teddy Bagilat, Tom Villarin, si Tawi Billones, Raul Dasa. Kami po ang magkasama doon sa independent minority. Hindi po nila alam actually ang pag-file. At ayun ko lang sila sinabihan.
Excuse me, pero doon sa party nyo, was there a consensus? Was there an intense discussion? Was there disagreement?
Ang una po naming tinanong, tama pa ang ating gagawin na mag-file ng impeachment? Yun po ang unang importanteng sagutin. Dahil hindi ho politika ang issue. No? Ito ay sa panindigan, sa prinsipyo. Kailangan masagot ho namin, yes, tama po ang aming desisyon na i-file. Ang sunod po na tanong, napapanahon ba na i-file ito? Bumabalik ho kami sa unang tanong, kung tama ba. Dahil yung paggawa ng tama, wala hong panahon yan. Lahat ho ay tamang panahon. At final ho namin tamang-tama sa unang araw ng recess. Tama po yan, no? Talagang sinadya ho namin para mapagbigyan ho ng panahon ang miyembro ng Kongreso na makapagnilay-nilay habang nasa bakasyon upang sila ay makapag-come up ng decision after consultations, after caucus or discussions with their parties. So, importante po yan na dumaan po sila muna doon.
So, dito sa yung unang-una, kasi sabi nyo nga, nag-meeting kayo ng Magdalo Party List. No? How big is this group? I know that your origins were in the 2003, 2007 coup attempts, no? Yung mga kaalyado doon sa militar. No? But these days, sino-sino ba yung nasa Magdalo?
Ganito po, ang Magdalo ay yung decision-making process ay doon po ginagawa sa Executive Committee. Composed po ito ng 23 members. So kailangan po
kahit... And all former military officers?
They're all former military officers. Kailangan po na ang desisyon at gagawin ng isang miyembro, lalong-lalo na ako at sa Senator Trillanes, kailangan po mag-agree po kami lahat doon. Dahil po dala-dala ho namin ang grupo. So, napag-desisyonan ho namin mag-file.
Okay. Of course, pag narinig yung former military officers, no, iba yung dating nun because we do have a history of military intervention in politics and efforts of to bring down the government. Kaya, sabi nga ni Presidential Spokesperson Ernie Abella, no, masyadong well-coordinated daw ito at bahagi ng larger scheme of things. Ang mga nangyari ngayon kabilang ang paghain ng impeachment complaint. So in other words, he's making this, itong ginawa niyong action, part of a general effort at destabilization. That's a very familiar word now.
Yeah.
Pag may nagkikriticize sa pamahalaan, ay madalas ay sinasabing it's part of a destab effort. So, just to set the record straight, is this part of a larger effort to destabilize the government?
No. Kaya nga doon sa aming opening statements kahapon, sinabi po natin maliwanag na wala pong extra legal ho dito. Lahat to ay legal. At kung babalik ho tayo doon sa nakaraan, tama po yan, dating sundalo po kami na nag-akla sa laban sa gobyerno. Kaya nga kami nagdesisyon na pumasok sa mainstream at dumaan sa proseso. At itong pag-file ng impeachment ay legal na proseso. No, hindi ho ito unconstitutional, this is constitutional. Ngayon po, karapatan ng taong bayan, karapatan ho namin, lalong-lalo na nasa oposisyon ho kami, na punain yung mga policies ng gobyerno na tingin ho namin ay hindi makakabuti sa taong bayan. No? Ngayon kung tingin ho nila destabilization ho, iwasan ho nilang kapalpakan ho nila para wala ho kaming komento. Dahil karapatan ho namin, maliban sa kami ay nahalal, may mandato ho kami ho ay taong bayan din, responsible citizens of this country.
Okay, ang tanong ko lang, ang tanong din ng siguro ng iba is, of all the opposition members sa Kongreso, no, are you the right person to file this complaint, considering your history of using unconstitutional methods of trying to bring down government? Automatically, yan siguro ang naiisip ng iba, hindi lang yung mga kalaban ng gobyerno. Is, I mean, siguro naman reasonable na isipin ng mga tao na this could be part of a destabilization effort.
Kaya nga po, itong aming ginawa, nagpapakita lamang na dumadaan ho kami sa legal na proseso. Kasi ho, kung magugulat ho kayo pag ang Magdalo ay tahimik at hindi ho kami nagsasalita, baka may pinaplano ho kaming tahimik. Dahil kung ikaw ay nagpaplano, ay tahimik po yan. No, hindi, kung may destabilization ho, hindi nyo maririnig yan. Dahil meron ho tayong tinatawag na communication security, yun po yung mga factors dyan. No? Pero kung nag-iingay ho tayo, ibig sabihin, sumasali ho tayo sa sistema ng demokrasya, which is a check and balance between different branches of government. No? Otherwise, pag na-erode pong sistema na ito, magkakaroon ho tayo ng sistema wherein we cannot check the excesses of the other departments. In this case, the executive department. Mukhang diktador na po ang mangyari dyan. No? So, healthy exercise po ito. Dahil base, titingnan ho natin sinasabi namin, totoo ba o hindi, yun po ang sistema ng demokrasya.
I guess it comes down to kung paano i-define ng gumagamit ng word ng destabilization. Ano?
Tama po.
I guess you have your own your definition, pero siguro yung definition ng iba is maybe any effort to remove the president, no? Whether it's constitutional or unconstitutional, because pag pumasok na yung impeachment sa usapan and the possible removal of the president, well, kahit pa paano, nakaka-destabilize naman talaga yan ang sitwasyon, di ba?
Well, ang sabi ko nga ho, they were the ones destabilizing themselves. No, they were the ones having this pronouncement to kill everybody na hindi naman ho gumagalang sa proseso ng batas. So, ang suggestion para makapag-participate ho kami, sundan ho natin ang sistema ng isang demokrasyang sistema para wala ho tayong problema.
Okay, nabanggit mo yung sistema. There's a system for all of this. You followed. No one is questioning that you did not follow the system. Even the House Speaker says karapatan mo yan. But mahabang proseso pa to. So nabanggit mo yung timing. Recess ngayon. In other words, the House cannot act on this right away. Kung there's a supermajority that wants to junk this and put it in the dustbin of history, mag-aantay pa sila. In the meantime, during the summer recess, during itong recess nga ng Kamara, ay ano bang mga plano nyo? You're going to go around talking about this in media and I guess raising awareness about the issue?
Yes, kasama po yan at maliban sa pag-educate ng public about this issue, we will talk to different groups, no, and even members of Congress para po maliwanagan ho sila ng isyong ito, no. Tamang-tama ho dahil nabanggit natin na they cannot just junk this way. We're a witness to how the death penalty bill passed in Congress, no. So that issue will figure in the consideration of this impeachment as well dahil those who voted no, especially with the positions in the Congress, were removed from their position for voting no. No? So there is a developing dynamic in Congress right now. So magfi-figure din yan sa itong impeachment.
And when the recess is over and Congress reconvenes in May, no?
Yeah.
Doon na yung mag-uumpisa itong the clock will start ticking kasi may
Tama po.
in our constitution itong Article 11 accountability of public officers,
Yes.
nasa ilalim ng article na yan tungkol sa impeachment. I think we might have
Section
prepared a graphic that summarizes this, but basically itong section 3 paragraph 2, no, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House or any citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by any member of the House,
Yes.
which shall be included in the order of business of the House within 10 session days.
Yes.
So hindi pa nag-uumpisa yung 10 session days na yun.
Ang
no?
ginawa lang po ng Secretary General is to transmit immediately to the office of the Speaker. Pero yung Speaker ho ngayon ay cannot do anything about
There has
it.
to be a session.
There has to be a session which will start on May 2.
May 2.
Within 10 session days, he has to include that in the official business of the House so that it will be properly referred to the proper committee.
Within 10 days. So may
Yeah.
deadline siya. Technically, he can do, May 2 ang umpisa ulit ng session, right?
Tama po.
And then on May 2 itself,
Pwede ho.
pwede niyang gawin. So, and then after that, it has to be referred to the proper committee within 3 session days.
Tama po.
So, all this can be done in 1 or 2 days, right?
yes.
And kailangan yung committee may hearing, and by majority of vote of all of its members shall submit its report to the House within 60 session days.
Tama po.
But technically, kung malakas yung Pangulo sa House, they can do all of this within a week.
Within a week, they can do that.
Oo.
Yes.
Okay, so as you know, kung may supermajority, super minority kayo, no? I mean,
Yes.
you're very
Yes.
very few, no?
Yes,
So, what are you counting on in terms of the numbers dito sa House? Does it really have a realistic chance, or are you confident na meron kayong mako-convince na mga fence-sitters diyan?
Yes, I'm convinced. No? Actually, meron na po nag-signify that they don't want to join the impeachment. Ayaw ko lang ho silang pangunahan. No? Yung sa death penalty, unexpected nga yung outcome. No? Sabi ho nila, less than 20 lang ang boboto dyan ng no. But it turned out there were 54 members who voted no to the death penalty in spite of the maneuverings there, the threat.
And this is the priority bill of
Yes,
the administration.
Yes.
Oo. So nagkaroon na pa ng 54.
And just
Okay.
imagine, out of 21 crimes originally under the death penalty, naging 4, and eventually naging 1. Because they wanted to get the support of the members of the House. And in spite of that, meron pa rin 54 ng vote ng no.
Okay, that's 54 on the death penalty, which does not really involve the president personally. Ano?
I mean, I'm using that example that in spite of the
Expectations,
pressures no, sa members of the House, meron pa rin ho. Ngayon po, alam naman ho natin ang coalition in Congress, it's a coalition of the different parties with different interests. Pwede natin tawagin na coalition of convenience. And that means if the interest of a certain party is not served, then it would be a basis for their decision in the future. So hindi ho nakataga sa bato yan.
Okay, but you still need 1/3 ng
Yes.
292 House members, which is 97. No? Nabanggit mo yung unexpected high number na 54 na nag-no doon sa death penalty bill. Dito, you need 97 just to push the impeachment complaint forward. I mean, from most outside observers, even if you're given a month to campaign for it, no? Parang slim pa rin yung chance. So, ano ba yung alternatives? Pag, halimbawa, according to expectation, talagang ma-dismiss ito, ma-junk itong impeachment complaint within a couple of weeks after the resumption of Congress in May. What else can you do? What else will you do? Or will you accept the result?
Well, ganito lang po yan. It doesn't matter. Importante po, ginagawa ko natin ang mandato kasi ganito po ang pressure lagi sa isang public servant. Kung popular ba ay kukontrahin mo kahit sa tingin mo ay mali. So yun po yung challenge lagi, you play with the rules, the rules of the game, no? Sa akin ho, tama-tama yung grupo nag-decide tama yung gagawin. Kahit sumigaw ako mag-isa, as long as tama ho yung aking gagawin, it doesn't matter. We're ready for the consequences of this impeachment case. And we're trying to exhaust all available means for us to express our grievances. This is the right opportunity or venue for those who wanted to express their dissent and dissatisfaction in this administration. So we're just giving them the opportunity.
Okay, former Dean of Ateneo School of Government, no, na-interview siya sa isang pahayagan. Sinabi niya na if and when this fails, it can be grounds to file a case with the International Criminal Court. Kasi yung requirement dun sa International Criminal Court ay kailangan na-exhaust yung means domestically, nationally, no? So a complainant who will file a complaint with the International Criminal Court against President Duterte or anybody else in his administration can say, well, hindi umubra yung redress dito sa Pilipinas. So ito na lang ang last option, last resort, yung International Criminal Court. Is this part of the vision for this impeachment complaint?
Well, it is a possibility. It is a possibility. But let us decide when we get there. No, ang importante ho, nakafocus ho tayo sa impeachment. We're trying to make it succeed. No? And let's see, when we finally see the outcome of the impeachment complaint, then we will decide later on.
Okay.
But it's a possibility, Howie.
All right, before we end, we have a question from a Twitter follower. Hindi ba nakakasira pa kayo sa ating bansa? Okay, yun, galing kay Macario, Twitter follower. He actually tweeted in English. Are you destroying or rebuilding our castle on your impeachment complaint? I guess yun ang ibig sabihin, no? Parang you're helping destroy the image of the country?
Well, actually, we believe that the president is the one destroying the image of this country. Actually, napakasikat ho natin sa buong mundo. Napakasikat for a wrong reason. Kaya nga po, ako po'y naniniwala na in spite of the challenges ahead, we need to stand up because people are afraid because of this war on drugs, which is actually a tool for the president to stifle dissent in this country. No one should go against his policies. Now, we believe that we should stand up or else masisira ito ang bansa.
Okay, maraming salamat sa iyong pananaw at panahon. At happy weekend, Congressman Gary Alejano ay nag-file ng impeachment complaint laban kay Pangulong Duterte.
Thank you po.